Hello there, it's me, Icee Winters, and I will be your host today as we list down the 10 best indie PC games of 2018. Let's begin. Juan the Luchador is back exploring through the realms of both the living and the dead, with lots of nods to Mexican culture and folklore. An all-new rendering engine makes the sequel even more vibrant and colorful. The platforming is engaging, the special moves worthwhile, and cast of villains sassier and weirder at the same time. The fantastic humor is still present, and the chickens will have you second-guessing reality itself. It's another Metroidvania masterpiece that truly feels like a step up from the original. Not only is Frostpunk a very engaging narrative generator, it's also an extremely well-polished city builder. Don't get me wrong, it can get really depressing with its unapologetic way of forcing you to make lesser evil decisions, but it's exactly those difficult choices that you've made that makes you want to see everything to the end. It's ironic how captivating it can be, but it does push your innate human will to survive to its limits, making accomplishing that goal all the more gratifying in the end.
They changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces.
So, you were possessed by a demon a year ago, an event that led to a trail of destruction so bad that even now that you're free, you've been left without a home, no friends, and on the run from the police. Then, a chance for salvation comes in the form of an ancient society whose sole purpose is to stop evil. Unavowed features excellent writing, notable acting, and uncringy humor. There's lots of choices to be made, plus the puzzles are actually interesting, very seldom frustrating, and never rely on guesswork.
Magic is real. You know this, and you're part of it now.
You were clearly meant for this life.
Celeste isn't an overly complex game. What it is a really well-executed concept. You help a girl climb up a mountain through hundreds of rooms of precise platforming, all the while telling an emotional tale that's filled with optimism. In fact, the whole game oozes with optimism. This is reflected in the fact that dying does not take you to a faraway checkpoint. Instead, it takes you to the start of the room you died in, effectively making each room a separate puzzle. Also, where you'd normally find a death screen, you find an encouraging note instead. Platforming is the go-to genre of the most indie developers, which means there's a surplus of platformers that range from really bad to extremely good. Iconoclasts is definitely the latter. It combines Metroidvania mechanics, challenging bosses, and an excellent soundtrack with some of the most compelling storytelling we've seen in a platformer in ages. It also has a deep focus on puzzle solving that keeps the gameplay fresh. Overall, it's pretty impressive for a game that's developed by just one person. Dead Cells is a strange game. It takes three well-known sets of the game mechanics and mashes them all up together. You'd think that the undead creature that spawns from the blended concoction of roguelite, Metroidvania, and Souls-like combat would probably be an ugly mess, but Motion Twin puts it all together so fluidly that you'd think there was nothing to worry about in the first place. Players find themselves unlocking new levels as they die and painfully memorizing boss attack patterns to take down the big baddies on their next try. Ironically, the fact that you're meant to die makes it just really hard to put down. Who knew that packing turn-based tactical combat into an 8x8 grid could prove to be GOTY material? Apparently, the people at Subset Games did. Into the Breach thrusts players into the crucial role of saving the world by commanding matches to fight off gigantic alien beasts. It shines brilliantly because of the fact that every bit of information you need is available to you. That's not to say this game is easy. In fact, it's hard and punishing. However, its difficulty somehow pushes you to learn from your mistakes rather than give up in frustration. You'll find yourself just striving to get better and unable to stop playing. If you were gaming during the 90s, you'd know that first-person shooters used to be about frantic shooting and big, hard-hitting guns. That's what David Szymanski set out to emulate with DUSK, going all out with Doom or Hexen-like visuals and pixelated enemies that explode into huge chunks. What makes this special, aside from the truckload of nostalgia packed in, is the fact that it avoids the limitations of its inspirations, things that held the old greats back due to the fact that it's all the tech they had at the time. As such, this game feels and plays like a proper 2018 game, and it's all the better for it. Undoubtedly, one of the best survival experiences to come out in 2018, Subnautica hooked players in with its immersive atmosphere and the freedom it provided in terms of both exploration and choice. The way the story is presented works so well and never feels forced upon the player. Explore the deep waters of an alien world as you try your best to survive while crafting and upgrading your base and equipment. The deeper you go, the better the resources you get, but at the same time, the more perilous exploring becomes.
Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. Marguerite and Father are already part of this incredible planet.
Return of the Oberdin revolves around a simple mechanic. You can turn back time with the help of a magical pocket watch. Specifically, it lets you experience the events that happened moments before a person's death. This definitely helps out a lot if you're an insurance investigator looking to solve the mystery of an abandoned ship that's been lost for years and turns up at the port out of nowhere. This makes for some great arty puzzles amidst its bold, atmospheric art style. Find some bones, activate your stopwatch, and ready your scrutinizing eyes for the investigation. It's mystery compels you.
Come on before she kicks off.
And that's out of 10 best indie PC games of 2018. What do you want to see in our next video? Give us your suggestions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for our new videos. And until next time, this has been your host, Icee Winters. Bye!